Good evening, guys. It's Israel. It's September the 15th, 2020, and September the 11th, just passed a couple of days ago. And the only reason I bring that up is because September the 11th, a huge tragedy happened. I don't have to explain it to you guys, everybody knows. We're in the history books. I was in high school when we ended up being in the history books. Now, 2020, we're in the history books again. And I'm going to be making a video, and it's not going to be on cars. It's going to be on gold. On gold and silver. Silver's a different video, but just giving you guys a heads up and just letting you guys know that something's really happening. I was cleaning my penthouse, I like to call it the penthouse, and turned on the TV, and as soon as I turned it on, this popped up, Nostradamus. Not a lot of people are familiar with him, and if you guys are, that's good. If you guys are not, he's a good philosopher back in the days, but he was preaching the end is near. As you can see, he was preaching the end is near. At least that's what doomsday was, and now on YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers predicting doomsday. Not doomsday as the end of the world, but doomsday as the economy, the U.S. economy, and the silver and the dollar. The dollar is what everybody right now is on. Everybody is saying that the dollar's gonna collapse, or it's already diminishing. It's diminishing because we keep printing nothing but trillions of dollars, and it takes me 5 seconds to punch in a couple of keys, and we generate it, and then after it's generated, that's it. We start handing it out, and we hand it out, of course, to the wrong people. You got your millionaires, your billionaires, your trillionaires, you got your middle class, and then you got your poor. And for sure, the millionaires, trillionaires, billionaires are getting the tax break. They're getting these fat checks. And then you got the middle class, who it's not getting anything. If you're lucky, you might get an unemployment check, but they're just sending you a denial letter saying you're making a little bit too much. You're making 50 cents more for you to qualify to go ahead and get your check. And if, of course, you're in the poor category, you're making more money than you ever made in your life. So if you're making more money, if you're in the poor category, why would you want to go back to work? The middle class, hence us, we have to go ahead and continue to pay our taxes and pay more taxes, and then we die, and we don't get to have any money. And of course, the billionaires, the federal government and Uncle Sam, they just start giving away free money to them because they're making businesses and building businesses, and they're just giving them these fat checks, to the Congress and sliding it underneath. We all know what's happening. So in order for us the middle class, us, I say us, to protect ourselves, and what I've been doing, again, I am no genius. Number one, I ain't definitely no genius, but I am not a professional, stock trader. Everything I'm telling you guys is my personal opinion, and whatever I say, I do. And when I say on these videos that I buy gold and I buy silver, I do it to hedge, And just to give you guys an example, here it is right here. Here's 1 ounce of silver. 1 ounce of gold. 1 ounce of gold. It's in this little pouch. Just take it out, and this is what you get right here. Right now, an ounce of gold runs about maybe $1,900 to $2,000. I got it for $1,800. I've been doing this already for over a month and a half. Started taking out all my money from the bank. Well, number one, I didn't have it in the bank. I took that out a long time ago. Banks don't give you any money. They use it, and then that's it. They don't give you any returns. So I took it and put it in the stock market. And of course, the stock market started going crazy. And then I kind of figured out that nothing's real in the stock market either. It's a big Ponzi scheme. You know, the feds are, it's what's basically pumping the fangs. You guys know the fangs. We got Facebook, we got Netflix, we got Apple, we got Amazon. So they're the ones getting all this federal aid, and that's what's driving the economy because ain't nobody else working. Everybody's stuck at home collecting a check, and if you are working, you're not making what you were making before. Because why? The streets are dead, uh, businesses are closed, restaurants are way down. So again, what I figured that before the stock market collapses, because that will collapse, I started buying again, as you guys can see, gold. 1 ounce of gold. Now, I didn't just buy one, I've been buying it for a month and a half. So I've been doing a lot of buying. And here's another gold, 1 ounce, Canadian. And again, this is a separate video, but this is your silver. And is 1 kilo of silver, as you guys can see. It's properly sealed. This one was made in 2014, as you can see. It looks like Queen Elizabeth. It's in the front. But again, this is just to hedge. This is just to protect yourself. Because if you don't protect yourself, nobody's going to protect you. Mommy and daddy, they're not going to do it. Mommy and daddy, if you're my age, they're the baby boomers. The baby boomers, not our parents, are the ones that caused this, but we're in this mess because of the baby boomers. They're the ones that have been driving the economy for a long time. And they're the ones that figured out, hey, guess what? Fuck it. Let's just print fucking money, and then our kids will fucking figure it out. You know, they'll figure it out. We'll keep printing, and then by the time, you know, we're dead, they'll figure it out. Who cares? They won't be here anymore. You know, so again, not all of them are bad people. I'm not saying they're bad, but greed is what drives these people. These, you know, politicians. They're the ones that are just fighting tooth and nail not to give control to us. You know, we're the millennials. I think it's time for us to take, and I don't think it's a must that we take back our country and that we take back our society. Enough is enough. We keep paying these damn taxes, and guess what? With this federal aid, PPP money, we all got to pay it back. And perfect example, I live in California. It's so expensive to live here. I mean, and look at New York. You know, all the rich people from New York, they're figuring it out. They're leaving. You know, New York's a rat hole anyways. It's old, and the infrastructure, I mean, it's just old. Nothing against it. People are great. I like them. They say that New York people are rude. They've never been rude to me. Been there many times, and just expensive as hell. Why the hell do I want to live? I mean, you guys see my penthouse. My penthouse over there would be a lot of money, you know, and over here it's a lot of money too, not as much as over there, but taxes, it's what these damn vultures just suck on, is taxes. So now that all the rich people are leaving New York and California, guess who they're going to tax? They're going to tax the middle class, and that's us. And if you want to go ahead and protect your wealth, whatever little wealth you have, and if you only have a little bit, I suggest you buy silver, because silver is way underappreciated and undervalued. And because it's undervalued, it's perfect time. It's perfect time to go ahead and get into it, because sky's the limit with silver. Gold, again, this 1 ounce of gold here is about, right now, maybe $1,900 to $2,000, but hopefully the market will collapse, but hopefully the dollar doesn't devaluate that soon. And because if it does, hold on, because these beauties here, gold could go up to $5,000 an ounce or $10,000 an ounce. You know what happened in Venezuela. They just basically kept printing until they couldn't print anymore, and everybody's a millionaire in Venezuela. But yeah, a loaf of bread is $10,000. So hopefully it doesn't get here. But if we continue the same path of just printing, our boy Powell over there is just trigger happy, and he's gonna continue printing. until they collapse it. That's why I keep saying gold, silver, and crypto. And that's another video, crypto. And again, remember, I am not an expert on trading or any of this. This is my personal opinion, but this is what I do. If you guys want to protect yourselves, do it like that. And remember, gold's been around forever. It's been here since the beginning of time. Kings and peasants used it since the beginning of time. So why not use it? The federal government and the banks are the biggest crooks in the world. They're the ones that keep bringing down this price of gold and silver because they know that once us, the people, and again, us millennials need to go ahead and stick together and make a new world order, making sure that this great country doesn't fall to the Venezuela, and don't let the Chinese just take us over, because they're the ones that are going to take over if we just continue to go down this path. Again, the baby boomers, they're up in the house right now. You got that crazy lady Nancy Pelosi and all these I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, but what I do see in this great country is that they're ruining the shit out of it. And because they're ruining it, that's my livelihood. And I don't want to see that happen. We're all millennials here, most of us, and that we're the ones taking over. I don't care what anybody else says. It's time for us to take what's ours. And our country is America, and we have to take it over. Because again, these baby boomers, they're not just gonna give it to us. I mean, you got these people sleeping on the podium when they're talking. Get the hell out of the way, man. You're ruining it for us, and we need to take over. Enough is enough. Open up, California. Yeah, COVID is real, but you can't just shut everything down and ruin the whole state of California. If you do, I mean, what are we gonna save? So going back to gold. Gold is, again, from the beginning of time, and you guys have heard the expression before, time is money. So gold is something, or it's a good commodity to hedge, against the economy. Right now, everything's looking like it's going to go down, so you might want to protect yourself. And then with gold and silver and crypto, you can definitely do that. If nothing happens, then that's good. Then you grab this and you go back and then you exchange it and you get your fake dollars, But when the dollar collapses, you guys remember what was happening in the stores. People were going to these stores and they were getting all this damn toilet paper. I have no idea why. COVID hit, and the first thing they ran to the stores, go get the toilet paper. If we died and they came out to check our bodies, they're gonna be like, oh wow, they died, but fine, they got clean asses. Wow, that's great. I don't know why, but if the dollar collapses, you get those $100 bills and you could just go ahead and wipe. But again, it's not as good as Charmin. I'd rather take Charmin than a $100 bill. And again, gold, that's what it takes. They measure the gold when they find it and they dig it and they make it. That's value. It's how long it takes for them to produce this. So it takes them $2,000 to produce this beauty here. You might say, well, shit, Israel, it might look good in a necklace, but this is real value. Me printing, or the Fed's printing 5 seconds, and they just made out $1 trillion. That's fake. It's not good. It's not good. It's not healthy. I know people need money, but you got to give it to the right people. Give it to the middle class. You guys already giving it to the poor. Giving more to the middle class. I'm not saying don't help the filthy rich, but don't give them everything. So again, make sure that you guys stay safe. That's number one, because sooner than later, probably before the election, after the election, shit's gonna hit the fan. And don't be surprised when Trump wins. And when Trump wins, you guys already have all these protesters and these cops getting killed, and just got to be prepared. The big cities are the ones that might suffer the most, because food could be scarce, and the dollar could devalue. And when that happens, gold and silver. Gold and silver is what you need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead and make another one on silver. Leave me a comment if you guys thought my video was not educational or if I'm just full of shit. But again, get your gold, get your silver, get your crypto. Again, thanks for everything. Stay safe, guys, and have a blessed evening.